Let me ask you something real quick. Does eFootball feel different to you right now? Simple passes don't feel clean anymore. Defending feels a bit strange, and player movement feels slower than before. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. A lot of players are feeling the same thing. eFootball recently received a gameplay update, and even though it wasn't loud, it changed how the game actually plays. In this video, I'll explain what changed, why some old habits no longer work, and how you should play eFootball right now. No hype, no pro talk. Just clear adjustments that actually help. First, movement. Konami raised the minimum speed for players with low speed stats and reduced the gap between slow and fast players. This has made running past players harder to do. Movement speed is still effective, but its effectiveness has reduced. Tight dribbling is one of the biggest things players are talking about after this update, and the important thing to understand is this. It didn't disappear, but it now behaves very differently. Before, you could rely on tight dribble movements even when defenders were close. Now the game checks more factors before it feels smooth. When you have space, good body orientation, and time on the ball, tight dribbling still feels clean, responsive, and controlled. But once a defender gets close, the game prioritizes physical contact and balance over ball control. That's when tight dribbles can feel heavy, delayed, or even unresponsive. This doesn't mean tight dribbling is broken. The update rewards quick decisions. One-touch passes, small directional changes, or releasing the ball earlier are now more effective than holding on to it. In short, tight dribbling still works, but only when you create the right conditions for it. Defensive awareness works differently now. Before, a defender's speed directly determined how fast they could chase a striker. Now, defensive awareness influences how quickly a defender reacts and matches the striker's pace. This means even slower defenders can close down fast attackers if their awareness is high. It's less about raw speed and more about positioning and anticipation. Good defensive awareness lets you meet the striker at the right moment, making interceptions and blocks much more reliable. They also corrected situations where defenders ignored the ball after a through pass and moved only based on input direction. Now defenders are expected to chase the ball more logically. So the big question now is, how do you actually play eFootball after this update? The first thing you need to understand is that speed alone is no longer enough. This update rewards timing, positioning, and decision-making much more than before. You can't force passes the way you used to. You can't rely on pure pace to bail you out either. The game now punishes rushed play. What works better now is controlled build-up. Defensively, chasing blindly is a mistake. You need to jockey, cut lanes, and let defensive awareness do its job instead of sprinting out of position. Offensively, quick 1-2s still work, but only when you create space first. Pull defenders out, then attack the gap, not the player. If you slow the game down just a little, you'll actually play faster where it matters. The first adjustment you must make is this. Stop trying to beat defenders with speed alone. In the current gameplay, defenders don't react late anymore. They read your intention earlier, adjust their run, and meet you before you can fully accelerate. Which means if you sprint straight at them, you're already losing the duel. What works now is manipulation before acceleration. You want to move the defender first, not the ball. A quick 1-2, a short lateral pass, or a fake direction forces the defender to step out. And the moment they step out, that's when speed becomes effective again. This update rewards players who think one step ahead. Triangle passing, first-touch football, and quick decisions break defensive structure far more reliably than dribbling. If you're passing with purpose, the defense doesn't have time to organize. And that's where chances appear. Wide play hasn't been nerfed. It's been refined. The wings are no longer a shortcut to the box. They're a tool to stretch the defense. Use the width to create space centrally, not to force crosses under pressure.
What a moment of brilliance.
This is where many players struggle. They play one speed for the entire match. But in the current gameplay, changing tempo is deadly. Slow build-up pulls defenders forward. A sudden burst attacks the space they leave behind.
Through the gears here. Lovely. Now then.
So if the game feels harder right now, it's not because you suddenly became worse. It's because the game is punishing old habits. Raw speed, constant sprinting, and isolated dribbling don't carry the same weight anymore. What carries weight now is intention. Every pass should pull a defender. Every movement should create a reaction. And every acceleration should happen after you've created space, not before. If you slow the game down mentally, you'll notice the gameplay actually opens up. Defenders commit earlier, passing lanes appear faster, and your decisions start feeling cleaner. And once you adjust to that rhythm, the update stops feeling restrictive and starts feeling controllable. But there's still one big mistake that's holding most players back right now. And in the next section, I'll show you exactly what that is. Alright, now let's talk about the mistakes. Not theory, not stats, but the exact things that are killing people's gameplay right now. Number one mistake I'm seeing everywhere: sprinting too early. A lot of players are still playing like it's the old gameplay. They receive the ball and instantly hold dash. But after this update, early sprinting actually kills your play. Your touches get heavier, your passing angles shrink, and defenders recover faster than before. The second big mistake: forcing through balls when the defense is already set. Through passes aren't dead, but they're no longer automatic. If the defender is facing play and already moving, defensive awareness kicks in, and the pass gets read.
Now it's Tura. Now it's Olise. Searching for... He's played there. Tura!
This one is huge: panic defending. Chasing attackers at full speed feels right, but it's exactly what breaks your defensive shape now. When you sprint at attackers, you lose positional control, not speed.
Quick to recover this. And one more.
Another silent killer: midfield collapse. When all your midfielders stay on the same vertical line, your attack feels stuck, slow, and predictable. You don't need more pace, you need better spacing. And finally, playing at one speed. If you're always fast, you're predictable. If you never slow down, you never create space. These mistakes don't mean you're bad, they just mean the game changed. And in the next section, I'll show you exactly how to fix them and play smarter after the update.
Chance for a shot!
One thing I want you to understand clearly: this update didn't break eFootball. It just changed what the game rewards. A lot of frustration comes from trying to play the same way you played before, in a game that now behaves differently. Right now, eFootball rewards three things more than ever: awareness, timing, and positioning. There's no single formation or playstyle that suddenly wins everything. What works now depends on how well you understand space and momentum. If you've been struggling, it doesn't mean you're bad. It just means you haven't adapted yet. And once you stop fighting the update and start understanding it, the game becomes way more enjoyable. eFootball is going to keep changing. That's just how the game works now. But if you understand why the game plays the way it does, you'll always be one step ahead. Let me know in the comments what feels the most different for you after this update: defending, passing, or movement. If you enjoy calm breakdowns that actually explain the game, you'll probably like what's coming next.